You found us.
Welcome to Emergency Protocol, a podcast for people who are stressy and depressy.
We are your hosts,
Denise.
And Jackie Freed. That's my mama.
And that's my baby.
We are sharing our 12 steps reimagined for today's society.
And our bumpy, pothole-ridden spiritual paths.
And we're bringing you along for the ride.
This is us doing the actual work.
When the shit hits the fan, you know it's time for Emergency Protocol.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so I just want to say that I have had a major victory this morning.
Yes.
I connected these to the computer, to the GarageBand, to the ATEM recording thing.
Yes.
And Jackie showed me how to do everything. And so we're just prepping.
We're prepping.
Prepping for departure.
Yeah. We're prepping.
Yeah.
We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 though.
Okay, sure.
Before we keep going.
All right. If you're not driving, close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I kind of forgot to say, think about what you're grateful for. So we have to do it again.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
down for 2 breaths.
2 breaths. Close your eyes.
We're in such emergency protocol mode right now, guys.
Right?
Okay.
Think about what you are grateful for. And take a deep breath in. And exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Okay.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Emergency protocoling.
Oh, yeah.
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 That's what it feels like.
Uh-huh.
In a lot of areas.
That's what it is.
Right?
Yeah.
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 So as we started out with, we are preparing for your departure.
Mm-hmm.
So on my end, I've watched this evolution of you being in a really dark and kind of lonely and isolated place to working your way through it and deciding what you wanted to do next once you are able to do something next. Like first you have to get to baseline, cruise on that for a little bit, build a foundation of safety for yourself, and then choose what you're going to do. And then you chose.
Yep.
And then it was like, well, we'll just see if I get in. And then you get in, and then it's like, okay, I guess I'm going to go. And then it's like, oh shit, I'm going. And also like, there's all these logistics tied into that, you know, it seems like, oh yes, I'm just going, and you check this box and it's like, accept.
Yeah.
But then there's this whole back end of what does it actually mean to pick up your whole life and relocate it to a new city?
Yeah.
So I want to hear, I mean, for me, it's been joyful to watch just because.
Because I'm not thinking about wanting to die all the time.
Well, I don't think it's, well, just definitely that for a mother to worry about you in that way is not great, but as an understatement. But even in that, you were still willing to do this work, right? So doing that, what did that journey of what I just explained feel like for you?
Yeah. I mean, I still have moments, right? It's not like I'm 100% over it or not. I don't have gray days, or I'm not in that kind of limbo, weird place of like, everything's very intense and it's too much. And like, you know, like, okay, this sounds bad, but I think it's very practical. I was like, you know, if the nuclear blast hits, I'm just running straight towards it because I don't want to live with like my skin falling off, radiation everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? I've had a really good life picking up my dog and we're just sprinting towards that thing because the aftermath of like nuclear warfare, it's terrible. So I still have those thoughts happening in my brain.
Doomsday.
Yes, which are partly based in reality.
Yes.
So I still have that. And I don't know. I recognized maybe it's because it came with age and I've been in dark places before, but I knew things were bad and that I needed support. And then I actually sought that support, which is really hard to do as someone who was raised by a very independent woman.
Yeah.
Who grew up in this culture of like bootstrapping, do it yourself, hustle, whatever.
Who was also raised by two people who take care of themselves and don't ask for help often.
Yes. Yeah. There's genetic.
Yeah. The DNA is strong on both sides.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly. Yeah. Kind of on all sides. So, so it was hard to be vulnerable and be honest about it. Mm-hmm. It was hard to actually go through the motions of seeking help. I had to give myself a lot of grace and just be like, you know what? Today I'm showing up unshowered again and it's fine. Mm-hmm. And it was fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I wasn't able to even think about what I wanted to do until I was a little bit better too. Right? Because like my brain was just not functioning fully. I was having weird social interactions. I was not remembering. Normally I'm like an elephant. Like I remember all kinds of small little details about everything. And like, I just wasn't that person. Right? And so, yeah, just recognizing like, oh, my brain's coming back online again. Like I'm rebooting. Yeah. So a lot of that. And also just like, it's the cliche of like being scared and doing it anyway, but it's like, it wasn't even like, I don't know. That feels too like live, laugh, love to describe it.
But it's also true.
It is true. Right. It's like, I'm so scared of rejection. It was almost like exposure therapy. Like I'm so scared of rejection that I don't even expect to get in anyway. And I've kind of already made up my mind that like, the worst that can happen is nothing changes, right? And then I'll have to refigure out my plan, which I was prepared to do. I had like several layers of contingencies. Like, oh, if I don't get into this, maybe I'll look at nursing school. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do that. Like, you know, lots of other options. And I approached it the way that I did when I applied to undergrad. I was applying to like very different programs in very different locations.
For very specific
reasons.
Yeah.
And I'm also doing this again as like a first generation grad student and also as somebody who like you guys never picked up and moved as adults. You moved like, 10 minutes down the road basically. Yeah. So there's a lot of like firsts happening and it's tricky to not be able to like fully rely on you guys for guidance other than like we're all just like researching and putting our heads together and trying to develop a plan.
And it's also not, going to grad school is very different than moving into a freshman dorm.
Yeah.
Where you just go to Bed Bath and Beyond, pick out some sheets.
Right. I don't have to think about furniture. I just show up with my clothes and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And hope it all fits in your room with 3 people.
Yeah. Right. And now I'm going to grad school with my dog as an adult with like adult furniture.
Right.
And I also need to bring my car because most likely my practicum placement is going to require transportation, which, is doable, I think, without a car. But having a car is going to make things so much easier.
You're going to have to learn to drive in the snow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Acquiring all kinds of life skills. Yeah. Unlocking new levels over here. Yeah. So it's just been tricky. And then there's a lot of logistics. Like 2 years ago, I don't think my brain would have been functional enough to handle all of these little pieces that are adding up. Because it's like learning how to integrate into the new like school online system, which has a totally different email program than I'm used to, which and then also like the task management system where we're getting our assignments for onboarding and placement exams and health and figure out my health insurance, right? Like I can't get my prescriptions because of what I'm taking. I can't get my prescriptions mailed to me. They have to be picked up in person. And so it's either you guys go pick it up and mail it to me, but then we risk of something happening in the mail on its way, which my doctor did seem to think was a risk. And so it's like, okay, now I have to completely restart care with new providers in a different state and also manage the logistics of changing my insurance. And also like applying for an apartment and
getting a mover, packing up your house,
packing up my house, getting the dog
what
ready.
What stays, what goes, what gets donated.
Yeah. And I started doing the baseline of that like a while ago. So that made it easier as I've gotten to this point. But there's also been so many other things between like just coming up this summer that needed so much more of my attention. So now I'm finally at a point where like, okay, like I know what the plan is. I know what I'm doing. I'm just like cranking through. And also I received help. One of my best friends, Bree, came down. We had a little escapism day. I went to Disneyland again. This is the most I've ever been to Disney. I keep saying this. It's the most I've ever been to Disney in this amount of time. It's true. I've never been to Disney 5 times in like 7 months. That's a new record, but not a record. And I don't think I'll break that again. But I do still have 1 day left on my 3-day pass in case anyone's interested. So, yeah, but she was very gracious. I mean, we got to have a lot of hang time, and it'll be weird to not be in, such proximity to my people. And she's also like the right kind of person to help me.
Yeah. Unlike me and her sister.
Yeah. And everybody else who has been offering. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will need your help for the garage sale, but I'm also old enough and mature enough to know that not everybody is the right helper for the right task.
Right. Agreed.
And so I've had to set a lot of boundaries like multiple times a week over the last like 2 months.
We're like, how can we help? How can we help? How can we help?
And I'm like,
yeah,
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot. I'm just like checking things off the list as I'm going. And yeah, it's also interesting too. Like, I'm not a frantically cleans when they're stressed or depressed person. Like some people are oriented that way. I wish I got that flavor of depression / anxiety. I do not have that flavor. So like we've been exposing the upper crust and the mantle. Like the floor is seeing sunlight for the first time in 2 years in some areas, which is horrifying. But also I'm just like, at this point, I can't, if I beat myself up over that, right. It's all downhill, So I'm just like,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. And now it's not.
Right.
And I'm just going to keep moving. I have plans that I'm executing. And yeah.
So here we are.
So
we're at about 30 days out.
Yeah.
From actual departure, right?
Yeah. There's a lot. There's just so many things too. It's like planning the course schedule, and then I have to do actual registration and also figure out how we're going to do this shit. Like, right. I don't know how we're going to, like, I don't know how to use cameras as a webcam to record a video and record that. Like, there's just a lot of moving pieces.
Well, we didn't know how to do this.
Yeah, this feels like a several layers below.
I mean, we started doing this podcast at her dining room table. Just 2 mics on a little stand and a computer trying to just like, okay, here we go. And now we're in this space. So like, I'm listening to this book about a woman astronaut who doesn't know how to do a lot of what the job requires because when it's required, it's only been practiced in simulation and it's not exactly always the way that things show up. And yet you just somehow when the opportunity comes, you just step into it and do the best you can. And it either works out or doesn't work out. And then you go on from there. Like sometimes it's not supposed to work out because we're supposed to go down this other road or whatever. And in in that example, it's not without serious consequences because they're literally up in space. But I was just thinking about, that the kind of bravery really is what is required of you to do all of these things, these seemingly innocuous little things, but added up is a whole life change, right? So in a very short amount of time, coming from where you've been and also a relatively short amount of time is pretty remarkable, actually.
Thanks, Mama.
It's true, because it requires bravery to kind of to see the fear, acknowledge the fear, and, run into the nuclear bomb, right? Like you just gotta okay, this is what it is. We're going in, and also reorienting your brain to be a student again in a way where you haven't learned in that way for a few years now. So there's going to be a curve. Yeah. So I hope you are gentle with yourself in that respect too. And fuck it. If you get, C's get degrees, right? In the beginning, just fucking doing the best you can. Yeah. Not
I'm
saying
definitely getting terrified for that.
Yeah. But I think, because you're always have strived to be an A student, like your sister, both of you are,
just do the work and not focus on the result.
I think focus on the learning.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Just focus on the learning, because that's the opportunity is you're going to be around all of these people with these very interesting thoughts. Yeah. In a very concentrated space for 2 years. That's freaking awesome. You're going to have so much fun, I think, because you're so inquisitive and people oriented just to be meeting so many different people. And granted, some are going to get on your nerves and some are going to be best friends and some are going to be mentors. It's you're just put into a whole new, biosphere. Yeah. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, right? I'm I don't even know what my allergies are going to be like there, what Nala's allergies are going to be.
Bring the Claritin and the Allegra and the Costco Allertech.
Nasal spray. Yeah, yes. All of it, right?
But it's also exciting.
Yeah. I've made peace, too, with, I haven't been in school for almost 9 years. That's a long time. And there's a lot that I don't know. I feel like I am already putting pressure on myself to remember everything from undergrad or come in having prepped or read some textbooks or whatever. And I'm just accepting there's a lot. I'm there to learn. I have so much that I don't know. And anytime I think that I know something, I'm going to try to check myself and just you know what? Maybe there's something else here.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, curiosity is really a great thing to hold on to in that space. Yeah. I get like that about a lot of things. And it's been hard to recheck myself. It's hard not to think I know what I know and that there might be a different way of knowing, right?
Totally.
So, yeah. So we're emergency protocoling over here. We had our birthdays. We just had 4th of July.
Yes.
For those of you who are familiar with Los Angeles, we went last night to the Hollywood Bowl, which is kind of the quintessential summer music vibe. Yeah. Because it's outside. It's in this beautiful space. They had the LA Philharmonic and
Earth, Wind, and
Fire. And it was just fun. And my younger daughter's well, I knew 3 songs, so that's good. She's I'll go with you and listen to old people music. Yeah. I was you're going to recognize it. But it's interesting, not to change the subject, but to change the subject a little bit to question what is patriotism in this moment, where I'm listening to these songs and we're acknowledging these members of the military and there's fireworks, which are kind of a symbol of war, success in war and maybe also just celebration. I don't know, but I associate it right now with that. And I read this really interesting article about a woman who put a flag up and she was raised to not put the flag up. Right. And so how how she wrestled with, I think it was in the New York Times, so you can look it up. But there was a great article about her growing up in a very crunchy granola kind of liberal mindset, protest, question,
Yeah.
you know, all of the things. And also what it meant to be a free person in the US, which was not without somebody fighting for us, right? It's not without war. It's not without a fight. And, you know, I feel like I've talked to a few of my friends about this where we feel the same way about the flag. Like the flag has been,
Corrupted.
yeah, in a
Co-opted. Yeah.
in a way that doesn't feel like everybody, land of the free.
Yeah.
But I think it's important for me to recognize that I do live in this free country, which allows me to speak up, which allows me to dissent, which allows me to say what's what, and, you know, and be aware of what is happening in a way that is both terrifying and also, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that where we were and where we've been all through our history in this country has not served everyone at any time.
Right.
And so the system, as beautiful as it is also flawed. And so it's going to be interesting to see, now that it's all broken, what rises from that. And so for me, I just keep kind of hanging on to the phoenix rising from the ashes and being like, okay, well, all got broken, but the will of the people, all of the people, not some of the people, is what is going to save us all. Yeah. And so I just hang on to that, whether that's true or not, or we end up running into the fucking whatever you started out with. Nuclear blast. We'll see how it turns out. But for me and my mental health, I have to look to the hope of, maybe it's a horrible thing that this is all breaking down the way it is. Yeah. But something did need to get broken for it to get fixed, because running it the way we've been running it is not serving young people. Yeah. It's not serving old people. Yeah. It's not serving poor people. Yeah. It's not serving people of color. And so, something needs to get fixed. The way they're fixing it, I don't agree with. Yeah. And that's okay. That's the thing. Like, it's okay for me. I'm not getting locked up like I would in Russia. Right. For saying that on a podcast. Right. For now. For now. And if it comes to that, it comes to that. But I'm not going to not say. Yeah. I'm not going to not say what I think because I'm afraid. Like, that's one of those lines I'm not going to cross. I'm going to keep saying what I feel. Yeah. I'm going to keep showing my face. Yeah. Unlike those ice men who don't show their face because they're fucking cowards. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yep. I know. I'm already more oriented towards like conspiracy theories and anxiety in a different way than you are today. And I was like, I don't think I need to feed that beast with this fucking
So video. I'm definitely able to parse out which ones are like, I don't know. Like somebody posted about how like those 3 Democratic senators all passed away from like cancer or old age within a couple months of each other. And they were like, it was a targeted hit. And I was like, well, let's, ease back from that.
I watched a whole one about, Palantir and the proximity of the
Oh no, that's
to Miami University, who just did the first brain implant. Like it went all the way back to Buskin.
Actually, send that to me.
Peter Thiel and
Yeah.
and Palantir and
No, there are deep
and RFK
machinations at
saying
work.
he wanted everybody to have wearables by 2028, and then
Yeah.
how she tied it all together was
Yeah.
fucking like So
Yeah.
if any of you want to know what that was, it was on Harlow Musings on Instagram. But I mean, that shit's terrifying.
There's so many levels and layers to all of it, right? And so it's like, how, like, what do we do?
And there's also like, I watched this video of Glennon Doyle being interviewed about these kids who are being, they're immigrant children who are in court with no legal representation.
Right.
And I was talking to my friend the other day about that because she was asking, a good friend of hers, what is the best organization to donate to? What's the best organization that's doing the most to help the most underserved?
Yeah.
And these poor children are like, a 2-year-old sitting at a desk with a prosecutor across with no representation.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think there's also, I feel like a lot of our community is very much like, we want to help. Where can we give money? And I think we're at a point where it's like we actually need more bodies doing things and people getting involved in an interpersonal level in their community.
Right.
Or like outside of their community, but in their local area in a way that makes people uncomfortable and they're still not willing to do.
Well, but the money also has to be there to hire the people so that they can afford to go help. Right?
Yeah, but they also need like legal
paid.
Observers, and they need escorts to take people to and from court and give them rides.
Yeah.
And there's
but those people also have to pay rent.
No, there's people donating their time.
Right.
I'm saying like a lot of people in our community, myself included, are not super willing to be vulnerable in that way physically by helping other people.
Right.
That's but again, it's like, okay, I have all this stuff going on with school. My house is literally like almost hoarder status. So I have to work on that before I can put on someone else's oxygen mask.
Exactly. So a mask first and then move on. And I look at this work that we're doing right here as part of my give back. I do a lot of service in that way. And, we're all just doing where we need to do.
Yeah.
And the best we can. And it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
But I love that there's the givers and the doers. It's getting really hot in here with these lights on, and I'm afraid that our camera's going to turn off, which it does sometimes.
It sure does.
But I guess what I want to say is I'm not giving up hope for a better future. I'm not giving up hope on someday America being a place where everybody really is equal and free and cared for in a very, like, our basic human needs are covered.
Yeah.
I feel that it's possible. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to get there, and I don't understand politics, and I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Ins out.
Janky.
Emergency protocol, everyone. Welcome to our world. See you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Or see you at our meeting on Sundays, Sunday mornings. Even though we're protocoling, we still have those going.
That's right.
And they're so lovely.
Yes.
It's so good. It's just an hour.
So you can DM us on Instagram, or you can fill out the form on our website, which is 12 Steps for Everyone. 12 FOR. Wait.
No. 1, 2 steps.
Emergency protocoling over here. All right.
It'll be in the show notes. That's why we have show notes.
That's why we have show notes.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Sorry. Still an amateur
we'll be able
trying
to
be a
include
professional over here.
I can't even get you to stop doing this when we're recording, which is me rubbing my nose in an imitation of Denise. So anyways.
All right. Love you all. Drink some water. You're a miracle.
Yeah.
Have a good couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Bye.
We want to hear from you.
Find us on Instagram and TikTok at 12 Steps for Everyone. That's at the number 12 Steps for Everyone.
Please like and follow us. You can also send us topics you want us to dig into or follow-up questions from each episode.
And if you know someone who would enjoy or benefit from our conversations, please feel free to share this with them. All are welcome here.